master builder number. Many numerologists who've been practicing even for a short period of time attribute the master builder quality to the number 22. Many great things can happen with this particular energy. And this energy is really good for setting a strong foundation of something that you want to last, something that has to do with leaving legacies behind. That is the energy of 22. It's also, if you want to compare it to the normal 4, which is structure and stability, 4 is the number of the home, the house, the actual framework of the house. And then 22 is where you take that house and you build it into a mansion or into a kingdom. It's something that starts small as the 4, but then expands multitudes. It's 4 times, it's 4 taken up to that next degree. So when you add the 11 and the 22 together, you get the number 33. And 33 is known as, one of the things is known as is the master entertainer. It's a number, really good number for entertainment, but it's also a good number associated with teaching. The ascended masters are heavily associated with 33 energy. And if you ever see that repeating number sequence, the 33, that's letting you know that you have that frequency of the ascended masters around with you. It's also letting you know, is bringing attention to your mind, raising mental states of mental clarity higher than they were prior. So now if you take today's date and the month, you get 33. But now if you add it to the current year, 33 plus 12, that will give you 45. So with 45 energy, it comes out to 9, which is wisdom and integrity. It's the wounded healer. It's also being in the limelight, being in the spotlight. Now, but since it's coming from the number 45, this 45 has to do with structures from the number 4, which are undergoing change, quick change. So we got a lot of movement, a lot of emotion, and changing of structures that have been existing for some time. The 45th card in the tarot is the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups is a card that it can have some disappointments with it. And one of the big lessons of that energy is to look at the positive side of things. Look at how things can be looked at as glass half full as opposed to half empty. Despite what setbacks a person may have with that particular frequency. You have 11. The 11th card is justice. And then you have the date, which is 22. That's the Fool. Justice bringing into duality, like we mentioned before, is really places a lot of emphasis on things being fair, being just. And so you might have a lot of legal situations happening in this particular month because of that 11 energy. Now you also have the Fool, which is about taking the leap of faith. It's about trying new things, and it's also that number of just having faith in the process, being willing to step out and being willing to look like a fool in order to try something new, to try something, to give it a good chance, see if it works. And granted, taking smart risks, intelligent, calculated risks. Then you have the year of this year, which is, it adds up to 12. That's the Hangman. And the Hangman is reminding us to not allow ourselves to remain in stagnant situations. To, if we do find ourselves in that, take a look around us, go within and see what around us is keeping us in a stuck situation. What is it that's holding us back from our path? And what can we do to put us back or move closer toward that path? this particular energy of the day gives us a lot to think about, especially when you look at 45, the 45th card in the tarot, that 5 of Cups. That the picture is of a guy, a man. He's standing. He's dressed in black, so it's like he's mourning, and it looks like it's dark. And 3 cups have fallen in front of him, but behind him, there's something that he hasn't turned his attention to. He's so still paying attention to those 3 cups that fell, and looks like he's sad or depressed from it. But if he turns around and looks at the other perspective, the other side of the coin, then he finds that on the other side, right behind him, are 2 cups that are still standing, perfectly situated. And that he only has 2 hands, 2 arms to be able to carry those anyway. And that's one of the lessons in that particular energy. 45, the 5 of Swords, when you look in the tarot, 2, 3, 4, 5, that the 5 of Swords actually corresponds to the first 10 degrees of the sign of Aquarius. So now, so that means if you have one of your planets, like for those of you that are in astrology, if you have any one of your planets, Moon, Venus, Saturn, or whatever like that, in the first 10 degrees of Aquarius, then that has to do with the 5 of Swords. With the 5 of Swords energy. Because that's when you look at the correspondences, that is exactly where it falls in. And so what that means, it's also this universal way of looking at things, universal, free thinking, free-minded. So there's also that particular energy that is moving about today. In the general energy, depending on where you're at or wherever you're experiencing it. If you guys have a question about your birthday or your numerology and you want me to comment on it, just drop it in on the comments and I will read it. I'll do a little summary of what your numerology says about you. Now, moving forward, tomorrow's energy. So for those of you guys that are curious about tomorrow is actually the energy of tomorrow. That's the 23rd. That's a pretty comfortable energy. That's real fun. It's 5. 5 is all about curiosity. It's about change, travel, things that are new. It's very movable. It doesn't stick too close. It's kind of like Teflon. How nothing sticks to Teflon. One of the skills of the number 5 is its ability to detach. The number 23 is, it can be very lucky, actually, for people that are born on certain dates. And the 23rd card is the King of Wands in the tarot. And when you look in astrology, the King of Wands, he corresponds to the first 10 degrees of Aries. So people that are born on the 23rd also have this natural healing ability. They have this natural healing ability within them because that is part of the energy that exists in that first part of Aries. The people that are born with any, like a planet in that particular area, are known for their healing abilities. So that's tomorrow. That's the 23rd. And then the year, the actual life path of tomorrow, if someone happens to be born on tomorrow, they would actually be a life path 1. There'd be a life path 1, but a 46 one. This would be related to structure and the family. So to bring stability in the household. This person, whoever's born on this day, would eventually in time be someone like a matriarch of the family, or someone in the family that people look to hold the family together. And that is the energy. And if someone is born tomorrow, November 23rd, 2019. So that would be the energy of tomorrow. But also the 46th card in the tarot is the 6 of Wands. excuse me, no, it's the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups has a lot to do with nostalgia, and it's the really good, positive, fun feelings, the beauty of relationships, the beauty of harmony and getting along with others. And it's also a number that really highlights giving back. So tomorrow will be a really good day to give back, and to the community, help people out that are needing it if you're in a position to do so. And one of the ways that you can give back today is by coming to our event that we have this evening, where Renee's going to be performing, and we're going to be having a lot of really cool things happening down there. If you just want to, yeah. Oh, tomorrow. All right, there you go. Look, so see, I just got school with some numerology. So tomorrow is a good day to give back, and the way you can do that tomorrow, you can do it today too. Give to your neighbor, give to people who need it. But if you want to do that tomorrow, definitely show up by all means to this event that we have planned tomorrow. You're gonna be very wonderfully entertained. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the box. You guys all have a good weekend. If you want to know more about your numbers and what they say about you, send me a message. You can call me or text me your full name and birthday at 209-898-4103. That's 209-898-4103. It's been lovely, and you have a good evening. Peace.
You are listening to KBCC 89.5, Tracy, California.